Hello, my name is Armand and this is Simple Money, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 6 leadership traits. Alright, so imagine for me for a second that aliens, like from outer space, just landed in your front yard. Now they're walking up to your house, they knocked on your front door, and they asked you to take them to your leader. Who would you take them to? Would you take them to the president? Would you take them to your boss? Would you take them to the pastor at your church? Or maybe like the coach of your sports team or something like that? Who would you take them to? What makes up a great leader? And what makes other people want to follow them? We believe that is 6 traits, and we're going to go into those 6 traits today. Alright, trait number 1 is self-awareness. Everything begins and ends with self-awareness. If you're not aware, you're ignorant. It's as simple as that. Self-awareness allows you to figure out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and if you know what your strengths are, then you can actually capitalize on them, you can leverage them, and if you know what your weaknesses are, then you can figure out a way to maybe get stronger at them, get better at them, or at the very least, you'll know what to look for in the people that you're hiring on your team so that you can make up for your own weaknesses. Trait number 2 is that they have a larger than life vision. The reason why we peg somebody as a leader typically is because they see something that we don't. And they're more than willing to actually put everything on the line to accomplish whatever that thing may be. Now this could be a big business accomplishment, it could be a great cultural accomplishment, or it could just be a great personal accomplishment. Their grand visions inspire us, and they actually want to put us in a place where we're also willing to follow them so that we can help them accomplish whatever that grand vision is. Trait number 3 is that they're focused on developing themselves as well as developing everybody around them. So now imagine something else for me. Imagine that you're stuck in a ditch with somebody and you guys both need to get out. So there's 2 ways that you could probably do this, right? Way number 1 is you put all of your strength and everything that you got and you try to push them up, right? And unless you're like competing for the strongman competition or just like super strong or something like that, that's probably going to be challenging for most people. The second way is you pull yourself out first. You do whatever you can to actually get out of the ditch first, and then you reach down and you pull them up. It's easier to pull somebody up than to try to push them, right? In the same capacity, a great leader focuses on developing themselves, improving themselves, and then whatever they've learned, they go ahead and transfer that into their following or the people that are following them. And just like the previous trait, this could be either business or it could be personal. But the common thread is that not only are they focused on developing themselves, but they're also focused on developing everyone around them so that everyone can win together. Alright, real quick, before we get into the next section, I want to make sure that you actually, if you're enjoying this content, I want you to go ahead and smash that like button. I want you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified the next time that we drop a video. Alright, let's get to the next section. Trait number 4 is that they encourage strategic thinking, innovation, and action. There's a great old adage that says if you have a dull axe and you have 4 hours to chop down a tree, you can spend all 4 hours chopping away at this tree with this dull axe, or you can spend 3 hours sharpening the axe and then spend 1 hour chopping down the tree. The same thing applies to any successful business or organization. Strategic thinking can be taught and learned, innovation can actually be practiced and inspired, and action could be applied and it could amplify literally anything that you do in business or in life. One example could be you could teach your people to make 200 cold calls a day. Another example could be you teach your people how to develop marketing and actually build a prospect list, and then go ahead and communicate with that prospect list through some creative copy or just creative marketing. The greatest cold caller, the greatest phone person could make 100 to maybe 200 calls a day. But if you actually teach somebody how to build a list, they could build a list of 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, maybe even 1,000,000 people. And if you teach them how to properly communicate with those people, they can actually creatively communicate, connect with them, and get them to take action. Now, if both of those people work hard, naturally they'll accomplish something. But which one do you think will actually yield the better results? The person making the cold calls every single day or the person using leverage marketing? And honestly, which one do you think is more enjoyable? Making 200 cold calls a day or actually using leveraged creative marketing? Trait number 5 is that they are ethical and civic minded. Now I'll be the first to admit, people are not stupid. You don't have to be a PhD to realize when somebody's trying to take advantage of you, if somebody's trying to be shady. You really can tell these things, and most people can tell those as well. There's absolutely nothing that can make up for a lack of ethics. And your people will know whether or not you're being sincere and you're being genuine with them, or whether or not you're trying to blow smoke up their butt, or you're trying to manipulate them into doing the things that you want them to do. And this is no different if you're working with a team or you're trying to build an organization. Sincerity, authenticity, and a great heart can make all of the difference in the world when you're trying to build an organization and lead a team. And trait number 6, a great leader knows how to have great cross-cultural communication. Now, we touched on this on a previous video on leadership. It's called the 5 leadership styles, and you can actually watch that right here. And it's a very, very important video, and I think this trait is also one of the most important traits in leadership. A great leader knows that they need to communicate differently with different people because they understand that everybody is unique and they all come from different cultural backgrounds and different contexts. They also understand that they have to communicate differently with their new hires, the person that just came into the organization, in a manner that they wouldn't communicate probably with their executive team. As a leader, your ability to be able to cater your message to different people in your organization will ultimately speak to how efficient you are, and your failure to be able to do something like that will not only alienate people, but will most likely even drive people out of the organization. So which one of these traits do you think that you're actually great at? Which one do you think that you need to improve upon? And are you self-aware enough to actually make that distinction? And as I mentioned before, if you haven't already seen the video that we made on the 5 leadership styles, make sure you watch it right here. And we definitely want to know what you think about that, as well as this video, in the comments section. Alright, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell right there, and then you'll get notified the next time that we drop a video. Actually, why wait? You can watch this one, or even that one. So many choices. Did you do it? Did they do it?
Yeah, they